Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Pranam, pranam. Yesterday we were trying to get more clarity about death and our knowledge of death. How does it improve? How does it help me in today's sadhana? No? We reflect on the word death, and we are trying to understand as a sadhaka, as a spiritual aspirant, how does this reflection help me in my today's sadhana? This is the background. Death is common in the world. Everyone in it, it means world. Everyone in the world must one day or other doff the physical part of it. Hence, it is not at all proper to be afraid of it. Our main concern should be to spend the allotted span of our life in a righteous manner, dedicating it to God and His service. While the body perishes, the spirit is immortal. We are here to realize that we are the spirit. Body is only a vesture, a mask, or a vehicle, impermanent, transitory. The pleasures that we derive from the senses are illusory. To throw away a precious life, which should be utilized for attaining immortality. To throw away a precious life in pursuit of ephemeral pleasures is nothing short of foolishness. Our aim is to attain freedom and happiness. Sense desires have kept us in bondage, and happiness is far away from us. The fetters can be broken only by turning the mind to the indwelling God and through utter surrender to Him. Everywhere we see people being puffed up with self-importance, strutting on the stage of the world and posing themselves to be leaders of others, criticizing and condemning indiscriminately all who do not agree with their views. When the God of death sends His strong breeze, these puny mortals are swept away, leaving no trace behind. Therefore, let us be humble and feel our own limitation as individuals. Let us lay ourselves at the feet of the Supreme God so that His power, joy and peace may be revealed in us and we become His true children and servants. This is a sadhaka trying to, why should he trying to know about the death? It will come already, Only we are not sure of the date, that's all. But how does it help me in my spiritual progress? So here we can surmise, infer that first of all, we have to keep on. We are here to realize that we are the spirit. Ayamatma Brahma, Prajnanam Brahma, அது கடைசியில் வரும். Tattvamasi. Tattvamasi, Aham Brahmasmi. So these are some of the Mahavakyas by which we try to connect ourselves to the spirit. It might help us because our mind at the moment is caught in the sense objects. So that is the blunt truth. Let us try early morning when we get up till we retire to bed, when we are in the waking state. It is always on the sense objects. Under some banner it is there. And in this hectic schedule, do we have any time to think about this Atman? Think. So what should I do to think about the Atman? So one thought that might come to us is, we cannot do away with the mind occupied with the sense objects, but we can try to limit it as much as possible. So that in that space, we can try to bring this dimension that the power is there, the spirit is there, that is why I am functioning as an individual. Otherwise, where do we have the time? One after there, one after another, one after another. Previously, many of the ladies were housewives. Even then, they were not getting any leisure. Now, there is no housewife, majority of them are employed also. So, they also don't get time. Morning, they have to household, then they have to rush up to the field of profession. And evening, when they come back, they carry whatever, baggage is there from their field. And some part is given for the family, bus. By the time they get exhausted, they are retired to bed. Where is the time for thinking about spirit? What should I do? That is why we find most of them, whenever they get time, they fill their mind with a group will be there. Now that digital platform helps, there will be group chanting Lalita Sahasranam, Vishnu Sahasranam, so many such things. At least filling the mind with something other than the sense objects. It's a welcome move. And they derive, when such visitors come and they explain to us, we can see their body language, how happy they are, how blissful they are. That is also a nice thing. Reading a few slokas and chanting it with bhakti. Because in Lalita Sahasranam or Vishnu Sahasranam or something like that, the greatest advantage is we can bring the image before us. So that concentration will be there more. The one who has initiated with this mantra, they will definitely would have given some idea. We are not talking about people who are in ashram. Ashram, they have one or another, various sessions are created here so that we get connected to something of that. Our individuality is there, agreed. All its weaknesses will be there. But still, there is time for morning when we get up, there is Vishnu Sahasranam, Solo Ram Nam, Guru Stuti, flower offering, then bhajan, then Ram Nam again, Arati, prayer, Arati, something, we are filling it up. So those who are outside the ashram, it's a toughest job, toughest. But That is why Papa addresses this letter to all of them. Where suppose we keep on hammering that we are here to realize that we are the spirit. How do I do that? How do I do that? And Papa says, divinizing our actions, not abandoning the action, not running away from any field, divinizing. That means we are trying to bring that dimension with us. And death always should be there in our mind. Because we have to hurry up. We have to hasten. We don't know when the call will come. Normally we say that people will go. People like us, 70, 80, after that we can say, yeah, we are expecting. But otherwise, so the death should be there somewhere in their heart. Inevitability of death. That will also try to help us to think about this. That is why in Bhagavad Gita, this Akshara Brahma Yoga, the Lord elaborately discusses about death. Elaborate. And how He wants us to prepare ourselves for the last moment. We have read this, we have shared this with many during our Satsang, but again we would like to share, because repetitive performance alone will help to percolate the theme into our mind. Human life is full of various samskaras. Innumerable actions are being continually done by us. There is really no end to them. Even if we take a superficial look and count the activities done during 24 hours of a day, eating, drinking, sitting, walking, working, writing, speaking, reading, they would make a long list. Besides these, in the life, there are various dreams, sentiments, perceptions like love and hate, honor and insult, joy and sorrow. All these make their impact on the mind and shape a man's personality and behavior. Therefore, if somebody asks me to define life, I would say that life means an aggregate of accumulated samskaras. Samskaras propel us to action without any prompting. No? Just imagine. Samskaras, the morning, as soon as we get up, we go to the shelf and get the, what is that? Toothbrush. What? Just imagine. From there you start listing out, because that has become a samskara in us. Having taken a bath, dressing ourselves, going to the puja room, standing before, all these things have become a part of us. Automatically it goes on, no? Automatic. So Vinobaji says, so suppose we try to bring this dimension and make it a part of samskara. At the time of giving initiation, nowadays, when we play Papa's talk, followed by Papa's repeating 3 times Ramnam, we also add this nowadays. In order that it becomes a part of our daily routine, samskara, we must have a minimum quantity, whatever quantity. I will do this before I retire to bed. Initially only we have to be a little attentive. Then automatically your prayers, your remembrance will become a part of it. Think, is it not so? So then we say you have a number in your mind and make a resolve silently to Papa who is seated within that I will do this much every day. Otherwise the initiation it just becomes a ritual. Many people used to say, no, I have taken initiation right from Papa, Mataji, this and that. So what? We may take the initiation from many Mahatmas. So what? In what way does it help us? Excepting that whenever we say that, we have that pleasant feeling, reliving those moments when we took the initiation. But if it has to really influence us, impact us, then every day, automatically, in all our activities, this Nama chanting also should become a part. And then we can improve the Nama chanting. First of all, Nama chanting should become a part of it, no? Today morning also we were sharing, when we were children, immediately after the bath, before going to school, mother used to say, you go to the puja room. And there, Baba's photo will be there, Shirdi Baba's. So we used to have a prayer. Sri Sai Isha Kripandide Akhilandranam Sarvartha Siddhiprada Yushmat Padaraja Prabhava Madulam Data Pivakta Kshama Sadbhaktya Sharanam Kritanjali Buddha Samprabhidosmi Prabhu Srimat Sai Paresha Padakamalam Nanyat Charanyam Mama Aneka Janma Arjita Papa Samkshayoho Bhavedu Bhavatpada Saroja Darshanad Kshamassa Sarvan Aparata Punjagan Prasida Sai Isha Guru Dayanide. Bas. Then Namaskar, then put the Baba's Vibhuti, then go. Later on we used to see that. That was enough. We may not know the meaning. Later on we try to go through it again and again, then the puja, then witnessing the puja, then doing the puja with Dravya puja, then doing Manasika puja. Impact is definite. Baba is with us, Baba has been with us. So it has become a samskara. That is why even today, after a lapse of so many years, we can still remember the way in which we were doing it. It should become a part. When the cycling, when we get the balance, we will never lose that balance, It has become a part of it. Automatically, when we are on the cycle, the seat, the body immediately adjusts to that balance. Similarly, samskara. This is samskara. This is what Vinobaji is portraying. Samskaras are good as well as bad, and both of them influence human life. We hardly remember our childhood days. Samskaras from the former births are so completely erased that one wonders whether one had any previous birth at all. When we cannot even remember the childhood days, why talk of previous births? Let us therefore leave them aside, think only of this birth. Here also it is not that only those actions which we remember had taken place. Countless activities and the acquisition of information and know-how of great many things is continually taking place. Even at this age, we might be doing it. Because that is our nature. To know more, to know more, to know more. If we try to recollect at the bedtime all that we did during the day, we fail to do so. All that we did, it will be difficult. Though it is difficult, now we remember how Papa insisted on Mataji to recollect everything, so that, the mind is trained to go inward, That means if I have to remember, I must consciously do it, What all I did, Mataji has written, what all I did, I have to report. The next, what all I thought, toughest. What all I did, how will I remember? Think about it. These are nowadays when we connect up this, we become aware. When we try that, what all we did, then we realize how in the initial stages of sadhana, that is why Mataji could do it in 2 years' time. We are doing it for now decades, 1928 she joined, 1930. 31 she is here. So the technique, the methodology, Papa, you should remember all that. So Mataji was remembering everything. That means at the time of doing knowingly. So that we can, when we learn by heart, it's possible. Even 1008 Vishnu Sahasranama is chanted only at the old age. We may miss something. So somebody will say, we will again pick it up. Slogas. When Puja Swamiji, as Ananta Shivan left for Rishikesh, and when he took sannyas, and when he wrote to Papa, Papa replied him back. In that he mentions, learn a few slogas. So how the culture is built up, What should you do? It is worthwhile to go to it again. Height of foolishness. Same height, 11th July 1950. June 14, Swami left for M.K. Ananda Shivan left for Himalayas. Okay, now it's clear. Okay. And this letter was written 11th July 1950. So you must have reached there on 14th or 15th, 2-3 weeks to settle down. And then you must have taken on 1st July something. Ramdas got your loving letter of 3rd instant. Immediately after taking sannyas. We were looking forward to it. Glad that you have taken the new name Sachidananda and assumed sannyas. You know now that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Feel conscious of this very moment. What is that? You now know that your life is entirely dedicated to God. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Of course, our hearty blessings are with you for your attainment of self-illumination. Do sadhana in a disciplined manner. Be regular in your early morning meditations. How much importance Papa gives for that, Avoid tamasic influences, either from within or without. Do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may appear to be. Concentrate on the sadhana. Occasionally go and have darshan of Swami Shivanandaji's company. Even for a short while, it will be a source of inspiration to you. Keep before you the central truth that God dwells within you and that you are His manifestation. Keep before you the central truth that God dwells within you and that you are His manifestation. Let your mind always dwell on Him. Let Ramnam ring on your lips whenever you are not doing any meditation or reading. You may reduce reading to the minimum. Learn by heart stotras that elevate your mind. Be free and cheerful like a bird and feel assured that the divine is at your back and you are sure to reach the goal. Pravritti to nivritti. And after this nivritti, any pravritti can be undertaken so that it will not hinder our dwelling on the indwelling. So from pravritti to nivritti, that's why we want, however, do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may appear to be. Concentrate on the sadhana. We remember because he said, learn by heart stotras that elevate your mind. Be free and cheerful like a bird and feel assured that the divine is at your back. You are sure to reach, and that you are sure to reach the goal. Ramdas, so many things everybody can think, which are all the things which I have to be from this letter, Papa's letter to Puja Swamiji. Ramdas got your loving letter of 3rd instant. We were looking forward to it. Glad that you have taken the new name Satchidananda and assumed sannyas. You know now that your life is entirely dedicated to God. Feel conscious of this every moment. This thought itself will help you in realizing the goal. Of course, our hearty blessings are with you for your attainment of self-illumination. Do sadhana in a disciplined manner. Be regular in your early morning meditations. Avoid tamasic influences, either from within or without. Do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may appear to be. Concentrate on the sadhana. He was in a place where he was not known. So contacts will be less. And if we remember properly, he goes out for food, that's all. One of his roommates, he has written, who became a Swami and he was in Mukambika. We have read that book. There he used to say, among the then inmates, Satchidananda Swamiji stands apart because he doesn't talk. And then another thing is, there will be mosquitoes, but he will cover the body and whatever it's like, he was not bothered about it. So he was not involving. Suppose we have got 4 or 5 friends, we will start talking. So he was very clear, Papa's words. Tamasic influence. We may casually, unknowingly, even harmless comments will be there about, I saw when I go to Busha, this one, that one, something about somebody, which will not help us at all. So be regular in your early morning meditations, avoid tamasic influences, either from within or without. Do not get involved in any external work, however exalted it may be, concentrate on sadhana. Occasionally go and have darshan of Swami Shivanandaji. Because Swamiji told us, he said you go stay separately, never in an ashram. So go and have darshan of Swami Shivanandaji. His company, even for a short while, will be a source of inspiration to you. Keep before you the central truth. So all these things help us, not to concentrate on a form. Hints to aspirants are there. Whatever I ask, it will not be there. Tomorrow I make it complete. I have told Ramdas. Today morning we were reading that particular portion. No, don't worry. It is there, but I don't know how to locate it. No, you were not present. One word from that. Keep before you the central truth that God dwells within you and that you are His manifestation. Let your mind always dwell on Him. Let Ram Nam ring on your lips whenever you are not doing any meditation or reading. You may reduce reading to the minimum. Learn by heart stotras that elevate your mind. Be free and cheerful like a bird, and feel assured that the divine is at your back and you are sure to reach the goal. Because why we remembered, this morning quotation, when he said, don't be in any institution, live separately, occasionally you can go and have. And then, because otherwise what happens is unknowingly what we are facing the problem. We get stuck with the form. Whereas Papa did not join any organization. He did not go crowd around a guru. He did not undergo anything by which, he concentrates on that form. So in Mataji's case, it was different. She was with the Papa, and Papa guided her. And that is why Mataji's reverence to that form is so deep. In Swamiji's case, he was warning, he was giving his own experience. No. Realize that the supreme, very important for all of us. Today morning, we did not plan anything. Just open this is key. This was the portion. Realize that everybody can also hear. The supreme reality has manifested. Everybody can go. Old people, we are all old people, so we should know. Realize that the supreme reality has manifested. Oh, they have to see, what is the use of my doing all this? Stop sharing, then go there, do this. Is it the one?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Or hints?
Yeah, that one.
Everyone should go through this, please.
Left, right, right.
Realize that the same supreme reality has manifested as Ramdas, yourself, and all beings and creatures. Whatever way you may look upon this play of diversity, in the depths of your being, there is only one truth, one existence. How Papa bulldozes everything, he says, realize that the same supreme reality has manifested as Ramdas, yourself, and all beings and creatures. So the one in Papa is the one in us. So when we try to concentrate on the form, we lose this connection. Realize that the same supreme reality has manifested as Ramdas. Yourself, we did not say, comma. The same supreme reality has manifested as Ramdas, yourself, all beings and creatures. So that is why Swamiji was advised not to stay in it, because unknowingly it will develop. Think about it. Whatever way you may look upon this play of diversity, in the depths of your being there is one truth and one existence. Ramdas loves you as much as he can. He wishes he would do so more. In love there is no fulfillment and no end. The more you drink of it, the more thirsty you become of it. Elsewhere he beautifully brings it out. Love begets love. No? Kindness begets kindness. Huh?
At the feet of God.
That is book, That is a mind, you will immediately go to the book. It's a beautiful expression. Love begets love. It is in, Either dust peaks or glimpses. He talks about love there. Glimpses of divine vision. Love begets love. Love is life. Love is truth. The highest attainment is love. The loftiest goal is love. That's okay. So here he says, love is God. Know that you are this love. Know that you are also the silent, immutable truth behind it. Ramdas read your letter to Mother Krishna. Why? Okay, she listened to it. Those are. So the most important thing is this. Realize that the same supreme reality has manifested as Ramdas, yourself, all beings and creatures. As sadhakas, we have to keep on pondering over it. Which are my roadblocks? So Papa's letter to Swamiji throws some light. He also went like us, He was Ananda Shiva. He had no plan for sannyas also. When he joined, eh?
Uncle, tell slowly.
Uncle, keep your mic away from your mouth. Keep a little distance between your mouth and the mic.
Keep your phone away and talk, Uncle. Something about Satchidanand Swamiji. Something about Satchidanand Swamiji.
He said, Swamiji's love was unparalleled.
Satchidanand Swamiji's love was unparalleled.
We are talking about his sadhana, We are talking about sadhana in 1950. As a sadhaka now, we try to understand those words. So he, prior to going, when he joined the ashram, he got immersed in various types of activities. As usual, he will involve completely and make it perfect. 6 or 7 or 8 months passed like this. One day, this is what he told us. One day he felt, what have I come here for? I have not come here to do that. I can do it elsewhere now. Accounts work, this and that of Udyogushala. So he went and told Papa, I have not come here for this. I would like to lead a contemplative life. Papa immediately said, you go. You go to Rishikesh. On those days, unlike today, Rishikesh is not at all like that. Only spiritual sadhakas will go there. That was the time. Nobody will go also. And a few, very difficult on those days. Few nakshatras are there, that's all. By Shivanji's initiative, somebody constructed that cottages opposite side of the Shivananda, present Shivananda ashram. So Shivanji was also one in one of the cottages. That's all. That otherwise, even that facility was not there. People who go there, they have to stay somewhere, whatever said and done. So that was provided later. So in that, like that, nobody will go. So Swamiji's Papa suggested you go to Rishikesh, take sannyas. Assume sannyas there and continue your contemplative life. That is why he specifically mentioned don't get into any activities because you have gone for that particular purpose. And then that is the background. We are trying to understand the background so that which are all the roadblocks. So, knowing his temperament, taste, priority. Papa sent him there so that he will be cut off from all his known circle, And then this particular letter gave the few points of sadhana. Right from early morning meditation, a few slokas, a little bit of reading. When there is no reading or any other thing, chanting. Once in a way have the darshan of Shivanji Maharaj. Bas. Avoid tamasic influences both from within and without. So when we hear, that is for Swamiji. As an aspirant or a sadhaka, I am also trying to understand now, for his temperament that was necessary, for our temperament we cannot follow, but something of it also is necessary for us. It conveys, we cannot copy the right one, whatever he has told, because it was related to his temperament. In Bhagavad Gita, when we go through that, this is the first thing we learn. There is no copying, imitating, following, because each one's guna is unique. So based upon that unique guna, we should choose our path. So now we have to ask ourselves whether are we following because somebody told us, or somebody told us in the initial stages, but are we going in the way in which it should be undertaken? Because this question should haunt us, Most of us who are hearing are elderly people. This samskara we want to put in. That is why we are now prompted to read all these things. This samskara, how to divinize. So initially we have to withdraw from some routine contacts, work, activity, so that the ego will not have its play much. When I am known in a circle, when known circle, whatever said and done, the ego will have its own play. Many people will come and say, you are so nice, you are kind, this and that. Whereas we have not attained anything. To them, because of their purity, they see purity in others, that's all. But it will boomerang on us, That is why known activity, Papa. So when we hear all these things, it is not that we are learning the history to learn by heart the history. We are trying to immediately see what is happening in me. Am I really moving towards the goal? And which are the roadblocks unknowingly I have kept for myself? So coming back again to the Vinobaji's, countless activities and the acquisition of information and know-how of great many things is continually taking place. In the end, most of them get erased, leaving behind only a few samskaras. If we try to recollect at the bedtime all that we did during the day, we fail to do so. Only the most prominent incidents come back before the mind's eye. For example, if we had a serious quarrel, we remember only that at night. This fact probably everybody knows it. That quarrel is the only thing in the day that is carried forward from that day in the account book of our life. Carried, brought forward, carried over. Account book of life. Important and conspicuous events have strong impressions. The rest fade away. When we write a diary, we note therein only a few important things. When we review the week, we note even less. While reviewing the month, only the most important happenings during the month are remembered. Many of those happenings too are omitted while reviewing the year. Thus, very few things remain in memory and they form the samskaras. That is why, we remember. Babaji is slowly clearing us, Samskara is not something, which we straight away get. Repetitive performance, knowingly done, it leaves a mark, dent. That is samskara. Most of the innumerable actions and much of what we have learned ultimately fade away, leaving only a few residue in the mind. These actions and informations and know-how have done their work and disappeared. Only a few samskaras remain, and these samskaras are our capital. That is our net gain from the business of living. A trader keeps daily, monthly, annual accounts of income and expenditure, arrives at a figure of profit or loss. It is exactly the same with life. Addition and deletion of samskaras goes on throughout the life. Resulting finally a small net balance. When the end of life comes near, the self begins to think of the gains in life. Looking back, it finds that these gains are few. This does not mean that all that one did and all that one learned have proved to be futile. They have certainly done their work. There could be thousands of transactions in a trader's business, but a single final figure of either profit or loss is the net result. If there is loss, the heart sinks. If there is profit, he is happy. We too are in a similar position. If at the time of death, mind craves for food, it is a clear indication of having spent the entire life in indulging the palate. Craving for food is then the only achievement in life. It is the only capital that has been accumulated in this life. If a mother thinks of her child at the time of death, it shows that her attachment to her child is the strongest samskara she has acquired in her life. Whatever else she did was secondary. In arithmetic, there are problems of fractions where addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of big figures ultimately results in a small figure or even zero. Likewise, the entire life of a man is an arithmetical exercise wherein addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Rama. And division of numerous samskaras goes on continuously. And finally, one strong samskara remains. This is the final answer of the question of life. The thought that arises at the last moment in this life is the essence of the whole of one's life. The thought that arises at the last moment in this life is the essence of the whole of one's life. It signifies what has been gained in this life. This essence should be sweet. The last moment should be happy. A person should experience inner peace and fulfillment at the time of death. It is for this that one should endeavor throughout one's life. all is well that ends well. We should fix the mind on this final answer while solving the problems of life. We should plan the life with this aim in view. That is why we were told, Brahmacharyam Garhastyam Vanaprastham Sannyasam. So that we detach ourselves. It's all gone now, that system. We should plan the life with this aim in view. In a mathematical exercise, we have to keep the problem in mind, employ the appropriate method to solve it. Our life should be oriented in such a way that at the last moment, we will have the samskara we want. Day and night, our whole attention should be turned in that direction. It's a majority of us, we have to keep on bringing this into our mind. The last samskara, the last thought. It's not in our head. Huh?
Padma aunty, can you tell what uncle is telling? Uncle, 1 minute, uncle, 1 minute. 1 minute, you wait, uncle.
He says in the last moment, that is the only hope.
In the last moment, what is the only hope?
That is the only hope. Whatever Swamiji says, that's hope.
That is the only hope. In the last moment, that is the only hope.
What?
Maybe that remembering God is the only hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we are asking ourselves, are we preparing for that? No? Not an answer we want, but this is a question that comes up.
I was wondering, Swamiji, like Rajamani, she was struggling for breath. At that time, we are struggling for breathing. When I get suffocated with the cold, I'm struggling for the breath. But I can't really, at that point, at the back of my mind, think maybe Papa. But at that point, when the person is so intensely struggling for breath, will they be able to think of Papa?
We can't answer this. We have to try that, sir. Pushpa, and how she was having that.
Yes. Padma aunty, speak.
Your voice is cracking up.
I have the episodes of break. It's maybe trying to think something, but I'm saying.
We couldn't hear my
She
voice
said she
break.
has seen 3 episodes of death
Eh?
in her life. She has seen 3 episodes of death.
Ah.
Now she's going to tell further. Yeah, tell further, Ma.
No. I mean, I have many episodes of breathlessness.
Breathlessness. Many episodes of breathlessness for sir.
Yeah. So at that time, I think I tried, but I'm not able to.
She thinks she chants, but she's not able to.
We have to find out an answer for ourselves. Nobody outside can say that. Because what we have been doing, under the banner of scanners, is it taking place? Vinobaji is giving us a wonderful question now.
Ravini, you said sloka number 5 of chapter 15. She said sloka number 5 of chapter 15. Mirabai told you said
5 and 50.
And the?
sloka number 5 of chapter 15. Somebody said to keep repeating that.
Yat Sankhye Prapyade Sthanam. Number 15.
Nirmana Moha.
Nadate Kasyajit Pav. Chapter number?
15.
Chapter number 15.
Chapter 15.
Shloka.
She said something else, Chapter number 15?
15, 5.
Nirmana moho jatasanga dosha adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama dvandir vimukta sugadukka samjner gachinda mooda padamavyayam tadu. Shloka?
There is that first one.
Shloka?
There is first option.
Shloka?
5.
Those who are free from vanity and delusion, who have overcome the evil of attachment, who dwell constantly on the self and on God, are free from the desire to enjoy the senses, and are beyond the dualities of pleasure and pain. Such liberated personalities attain my eternal abode. Those who are free from vanity and delusion, who have overcome the evil of attachment, vanity, delusion, attachment, who dwell constantly on self, constantly that is, who are free from desire to enjoy the senses. So, vanity, delusion, attachment, desire to enjoy the senses, this should go, and are beyond the dualities of pleasure and pain. Such liberated personalities attain my eternal abode. Ruled out. We can explain. We can give this and that is why we get stuck. 15th sloka, 15th chapter, 5th sloka gives us this, okay. Now we are asking ourselves whether these four, vanity, delusion, attachment,
And
desire for
the
enjoy the senses,
and you are rising above duality.
beyond dualities of pleasure and pain, then we don't need him. Such liberated personalities attain my eternal abode.
Swamiji, this is a state of a liberated personality.
That means he becomes liberated here itself. Constantly?
Constantly thinking of me. Constantly
Nice, whether it is possible for a human being. Sloka says, No, we are trying to understand. Sloka says this beautiful one. Nice to hear. After closing the book, we are asking ourselves. The constantly itself, that word, we have, how many times you have heard, constantly remember God consciousness? Have we done it? So that means something blocks us from constantly remembering. We don't know. Each one has to pray, appeal, cry, and then find out the ways and means. Because whoever has done it, they get it, that's all. No? Because of naming them, we are not going to get it. We have to do it by ourselves. So this sloka is very nice. Let us try to implement as much as possible. Oh, this is good though. Oh, sorry. When I went to sloka. Sorry. Miraben, that sloka is wonderful. But to make it a reality is not wonderful.
She's come there.
But Swamiji, your blessings can make us to do that.
Your blessings can make us do it. Very optimistic. Positive outlook, optimistic outlook.
Four things he said, One is
First was this thing, vanity, correct?
vanity, delusion, desire to enjoy senses,
Duality.
attachment,
Duality.
and
Then
getting rid of dualities.
duality,
Ah.
constantly thinking of me.
That is okay. ഇത് ആദ്യം പോണമേ.
On the phone,
Ah.
if you constantly think
This one we should get ourselves. Probably to some extent all of us would have been able to free ourselves.
But suppose you concentrate on constantly dwelling on other things.
I don't know. There is no shortcut. Nothing can come from outside. Because hearing is all right. Nice to hear. Probably Lord Krishna wanted us, I will say constantly, satatam, 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 so that one day you will start remembering what is this satatam. Just like we are all now struggling to understand that constancy. What is that constancy? Can I go?
Practice makes a man perfect.
Practice one makes man perfect.
Anyway, that's why I say, no, it depends upon person to person. It is there, in Bhagavad Gita also, tasma sarveshu kaleshu maam anusmara yuddhaja. Sarveshu kaleshu maam anusmara. Anusmara means, constant, not smarana. So that means that how will I get it? He says, you at all times and in all places, remember me, constantly remember me and fight. How to bring that? All of us are struggling, Think about it. More.
There are two hurdles.
Two hurdles. Two hurdles.
Two hurdles. Yes,
We are not sure whether we are surrendered. We keep on thinking that we are surrendered, but we are not sure about it.
Thus, we think we have surrendered, but
We are not surrendered.
we have not surrendered.
So that is one hurdle.
And the second thing is that while doing activity, we many times forget that we are doing all this. This is the whatever we are doing this puja.
Second problem, second thing is we forget while doing activities that this is also puja and forget to offer it. Correct, Mirabai?
Yes.
No, first one, what she said?
First one she said is that
Surrender is not complete.
surrender.
Now you think about that. What exactly is surrender? When we say our surrender is not complete, what exactly is surrender? When will surrender come to us?
Whatever happens, we accept happily. Is that
She
surrender?
said whatever is happening we accept happily. Is that surrender?
Swamiji, you have shown that second slide, where Ramdas Swamiji said, he means only God exists, there is no human being, that's what he wanted to tell. But
No, human being creations are there.
Yeah, that's what he was telling. He, inside me, inside you, everyone, there is the same power running.
Ah.
So that's what if we remember all this.
That is right. If we remember, that is the problem,
Happens by God will.
We are trying to find out.
Somebody is asking how to get rid of the if.
It is nice to say if we remember, if we can. The struggle is when we are on that path, how to. So when she said surrender, it's a beautiful pointer. So surrender means what? Unless we try to, we have understood surrender in the normal physical, language. I fight with somebody, I either knowing that I will not be victorious, I can surrender, or I become more gracious and then surrender. That is not the surrender what we are discussing.
Surrender means can be a cessation of thoughts.
No, surrender is,
Only Ram Nam gives and the thoughts kills all the thoughts. Or Ram Nam kills all the thoughts.
you are early morning when you get up, you retire to bed. You have got activities,
Yeah.
Okay? So in that activity, how do I maintain this surrender aspect? That's the challenge. So the one clue which Papa gives is, so long as this me and mine is there, surrender has not taken place. Everything becomes passive in our mind. Outwardly we may say, everything becomes passive. These words are coming because he is asking us to do it. That somehow if we are in a position to understand and bring, the dominance of me and mine will get reduced. It won't go completely. It will reduce to a great extent, excepting for the basic living. I feel like I am hungry, I am thirsty, I have to go to the toilet. The basic things. I have to breathe. All these things are basic. Leaving aside, whatever I think, whatever I talk, whatever I do, in respect of activities, there if I can bring down the me and mine, we can say we are moving towards surrender. So in Papa's case, he was able to maintain that throughout. The me and mine steps out, as it were. If we get some clarity about it, probably that will help us in our sadhana. Whenever this me and mine comes out, justifies, and it will come justify, we are carried away by it. So when we get a sankalpa, automatically it gets fulfilled, Then that means, the me and mine's role is very, very limited. Very limited. Because we are aware the sankalpa has come from him, so he has to fulfill it if he wants. This we try to go through. Everybody is blessed with that, this experience. But we don't recognize it, that's all. So probably surrender can become a reality when we start remembering those instances where everything happens not because we planned and do it, we struggled and do it, but it has happened. It might help. This is a question which nobody can answer. Surrender is something which one has to get the answer from within. Okay, more of it tomorrow. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. Hari Om.
No, this belongs to it's a hall for the secondary hall.
Everyone is quiet to Hari
I told
They're on the upper story.
Upper story. All are in upper story, very good.
Everybody is in the upper story. We need both them up, Swamiji.
Accepting us, all of them. Hari Om, Hari Om.
This history aspirants will be here only. I'll keep it here.